maybe when you think about churches, you might think of kind of traditional things that take place there, and those traditional things still take place in our church, obviously. You know, things like christening, the rituals that people still have are really important to communities, really important to families. So, you know, we do lots of christenings in the church. So christenings, weddings, again, cultural events in the life of people, and it's rooting those people in kind of their cultural history. You know, when I meet a couple and say you're going to have your name added to the wedding register, and I can say, you know, I can go back and look at the wedding registers for the last 500 years, and your name will be part of that history. It roots them into the kind of life of community for the rest of their lives, and for the lives of their families in the future. We've used the space for kind of creative exhibitions. This year we've done an exhibition on wedding dresses for the last 100 years, linking it with the World War I commemorations. And so we did wedding dresses from the last 100 years. This is just one example of one of the dresses. But using the space for kind of art, and you know, it was all run by local people. People brought in their own wedding dresses, and from the different decades, and so we had different spaces in the church. Aylsham on a Monday is a vibrant place. If you haven't been to Aylsham on a Monday, you need to come, because the town is absolutely buzzing. Giles knows the town well. You'll agree that the town on a Monday is amazing. We have a market in the marketplace. Keys auctioneers have a big sale that brings in lots of people. In the church, it's transformed into a kind of Monday market, so it becomes a kind of place of a community hub, really. So we're doing recycling. All of the clothes and things that are on there are things that people have donated, given away, and so they all go out. It's recycling those gifts. Up in the corner, we run a food bank, so people that want to come in and get food can come in, or people that want to donate food for the local community are able to do that. It's run in association with the Trussell Trust and the Crowman District Food Bank. And there's a community cafe in the area where you were drinking, and we've just this week got the Wi-Fi connection in the church finally. It's taken about a year to do, but there's now free Wi-Fi access in the church and in the churchyard, so people can just connect straight away and use it. So hopefully we're going to develop a bit of an internet cafe. And we did an art installation which saw over 300 folded doves that we attached to the roof of the church, and they kind of flew up from the chancel, the top end of the church, up out into that window, so you could see these doves flying up. But what each dove had on it was the name of somebody that a family remembered from the First or Second World War. So they wrote on these doves, folded them up. We went into nursing homes, we went into schools, folded up the doves with them, and then created this beautiful art installation. So there was a real disconnection of young peoples and families with the church in any way, and so what we've tried to do over these last couple of years is reconnect the church, so that not in any way about kind of sharing faith. We did that on Sundays, but during the half term we saw that there was an opportunity to do activities for children and families. One of the things that we did last year was have this kind of 24 hours of prayer, and so we had a thing where we, you might call it in other places kind of installations, but they were kind of prayer installations that were focused around, in my Father's house there are many dwelling places, different rooms in the church, different spaces.